Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm just sitting here whipping up some grouper rigs, wishing I was in South Florida tomorrow for the opening of grouper season. I'm sure a lot of you guys down there are absolutely stoked, itching to get out there. So what I figured I'd do is dream a little bit, make up some rigs, act like I'm going out tomorrow or something, you know, maybe it'll make me feel a little better. But we'll use them this October when we get down there anyway. So what I'm going to do is show you guys how to whip these up. I know there'll be a lot of these going out tomorrow. And hopefully you guys can hook on to them big snowies and scamps and big fire trucks. You know, all them big monsters out there. Some of you guys, you know, love to eat that stuff. Some of you just love the sport of it. Like me, you know, I just like going out and catching them. We eat a little bit, but not a big fish fan, you know, unless it's a wahoo or something like that. That really blew me away. Last year was my first time ever catching a wahoo, ever eating a wahoo. And I tell you what, I tell everyone, I am not big on fish. But you put a wahoo in front of me, I am going to tear that thing up. I mean, that was just unreal to me. And I guess some of these scamp grouper, you know, and stuff like that, I've never tried any of that. I guess they're really good eating as well, so kind of interested to get down this fall and get in on some action and try some of that stuff out that we've never had before. But anyway, that's the gist of it, guys. Just a big, nice, good quality circle hook, some beads, and a nice weight. I threw a 4 ounce on there. I've got some made up with a 6 ounce. It's the loop on the other end. But anyway, let's get into it. We'll do one right from start. What I'm using is the Owner Tournament 7/0 circle hooks. They're a nice, thick wire, heavy, heavy, heavy hook. And if you watch my other videos, you guys already know I like to catch all long crimps. Okay, you can crimp them twice and have like a bulge in the middle so it ain't 2 crimps back to back. It acts like 2 individual crimps. I'll explain it more and show you when we do it. But as far as your length, it's going to depend on your rod. I like to be able to take my hook, okay, just get a rod here and pull the top. I like to be able to hook my hook in this little spot on my reel here, okay, like this, when I'm out on the boat. I want to be able to either stick my hook just around here, you know, and get the slack out of it. If you make it too long, you can't. You end up winding it, swinging around, that egg sinker's whacking off the boat or off somebody's head. It's just not ideal. So what I do is I measure up 1 eyelet down on my rod, you know, when it's together from the reel. And then that's the length I use. That gives me room for my snap swivel that I'll have up there. That's how I do it. So whatever you have for a rod, just make it so you're not fighting with it. You don't need any longer leader than that. You know, and we're going to go with 5 feet here, which is, I believe, 60 inches. Yeah, 60 inches for 5 feet. And it's basically just as simple as grabbing a crimp. I'm using 150 pound Jinkai mono. Okay, I have good luck with it. I like it. That's what I use. Use whatever you want, but simply throw a crimp on goes your hook, back through your crimp. Okay, cinch it down. Don't go too small with your loop, because it can cause it to get stuck. You know, your hook will get cocked off sideways, stuck in that tight loop, and it'll just look real weird, real unnatural. You know, it'll cause it to helicopter as you're dropping it down, all that stuff that you don't want. But see, when you use them longer crimps like that, guys, notice I've been able to crimp that twice and leave a spot in the center I never touched. We still have the hourglass shape on each end so it ain't digging into the mono. Okay, see how them ends flare outward? That way it's not cutting into the edge of that mono. It's real important to do that on both ends. Catch-all tackle, long crimps. Can't beat them. Okay, that's what you guys want. But that's it, you know, and then you want to find yourself a decent bead. Okay, I mean, I have a whole assortment. You can get on Amazon and find these 8mm size. They work good. You know, I've got some of these big 14mm glow-in-the-dark ones. You can use those. But let's just throw some, we'll throw these black ones on this. And this is just to keep that lead from slamming down into that hook. I'll throw 2 on the bottom, just in case one breaks. This is a big heavy lead. And always look in the ends of your egg sinkers, guys. Okay, some of these come, depending on where you get them, real rough. And there'll be sharp edges in there that'll just cut your line as that chafes back and forth. As it's sliding in the current down there and your boat's bobbing, it's just sawing away at that line. You really don't want that. So if you run into that, you can buy yourself a countersink bit for wood, put it in a cordless drill, and just go in there ever so slightly and clean that out. And then hit it with a torch real quick, and it'll take any little burrs right off, and it'll be nice and clean for you. Okay, so we just crimped on a hook, slapped on a double bead, and just in case one happens to break, they're cheap beads. I'll throw a bead on top. And I'm going to go in and grab my, again, catch-all tackle chafe gear kit. They've got it from sizes. This little kit does from 60-pound test right up to 250-pound test. And it's inexpensive, guys. It's a great kit to have on the boat with you. It's a great kit to have at home like this when you're making stuff up ahead of time. Gives you a little extra cushion. So now, for the loop end, on goes a crimp. On goes the chafe gear. It's really that simple, you guys. You can whip these up in a minute, you know, and they're what, $6 to $8 to buy. And the ones that I bought last year were too long. I couldn't even hook them on my rod. Like I said, I had to take and wind it all around the rod and mess around, and there you have it. Okay, there's your grouper rig. We've got a 4-ounce egg, beads, a nice 7/0 owner tournament circle hook, okay, big thick wire hook, and a simple loop on this end. They will hook to a barrel swivel on the rod. And now I just take these, okay, wrap this around your fingers like this. Real simple. Hook the hook over, and I'll just go through here a couple times like this. Stick the hook right through that loop, okay. And now I'll just stick this into a baggie. Oh, where they at? Right here. I got these little 3x5-inch baggies at Walmart. I think there are 100 of them for 99 cents. Real cheap. And I just will take these, and I'll make a piece of paper in here, and I'll write 60-inch, 150-pound mono, 60 inches long, 7/0 circle hook, 4-ounce egg sinker. I'll write it and I'll slip it inside that bag. Okay, and I've got a nice case. This is actually for spinner baits. Okay, it's made to hold spinner baits, you can see, but it holds all these. You know, I've got ballyhoo pin rigs in here. There's a wire pin rigs, and I have all this stuff made up. Okay, and it goes on the right in my bag, goes on the plane with me, goes under the plane. You know, but I've got a couple of them. And if I'm going for a Goliath grouper, you know, I'm going to whip out something like this, which is a big 480-pound cable rig with a 780-pound barrel swivel and a 13/0 circle hook, non-stainless steel inline. You know, but I build stuff so I'm set. When I get down there, I can fish. But I'm excited for you guys to get out there and get on some grouper. Leave some comments down below the video if you guys are getting them, if you're making this rig and catching some on it. Tell me in the comments, you know. It's good to know that you guys are using the info I'm putting out for you. And tease me a little bit. Show me them fish. But I hope that helps you guys whip some of these grouper rigs up. Take your minute. You can do it for pennies on the dollar. And like I always say, why buy it when you can make it better than bought? See you guys in the next one.